when I was 16 years old and I didn't have a license and whatnot, I tried selling my parents' place on Carousel.
What?
I took 2 steps into the walk-in wardrobe, and then my partner, Hafiz, came to me. He was like, dude, do you smell that, bro? Like, something's off. I was like, dude, like, let's just carry on. So I carried on, walked 2 more steps in, and saw a giant turd on the ground.
No! Welcome to another episode of Men Explain, where Avery, myself, and our guests will air our unfiltered opinions. And today, we want to discuss about the balance between passion and paycheck. So I think, Ace, we actually got some stuff to contribute here.
Yeah, this one is a fine line that I think a lot of Singaporeans actually struggle with as well.
Yeah.
And we got people here today who are going to join us in this very in-depth conversation. Please join us in welcoming our guests, Steph and Zach.
Yay!
Tell us like what you guys do and how you guys got into it.
We are both real estate agents. And actually, my background had nothing to do with it. I was doing interior design for a while, and then I was doing nonprofit for a while, and then now converted to this because there's family members of mine that are in the industry. And I guess the flexibility of it just draws me into the role as I transition to motherhood. So yeah, so I guess that's how I got called into the industry. But yeah, that was only a couple of years ago.
So I was a cabin crew for a while. You know, people say, oh, typical transition, cabin crew, insurance agent. And
Really? Is that what people say? I never heard of that. Okay.
I don't know, yeah.
yeah, no, that's a pretty common transition.
Wow.
Yeah, but I was a cabin crew, and then I went to uni, did a couple of short stints in a couple of tech firms, but then slowly realized that I prefer more
Interactive.
more of an interactive kind of experience, and I didn't really enjoy B2B a lot. So
Okay.
I rather speak to the customer.
I know some friends who try to get their license,
Yeah.
and the process to get there is quite challenging, right? Like, would you say the exams and the studying, everything is challenging? Because it's not so easy to just like, wake up one day, I want to be a real estate agent and just do it.
My in-laws started 30, 40 years ago, and they never did any exams.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't have that last time?
Nope. You can just sign up and be an agent.
Wow.
But now we suffer. It was a lot. It was like months long of online classes and then the exams. And it's like bidding for Taylor Swift tickets. You're there. I'm not even joking. You're there on the dot, 9 a.m. to register because you have to be the first. You have to be one of the first how many, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
To even take the class.
What?
And then you do it again, another Taylor Swift round to get the exam.
And I heard the exam is actually pretty hard to pass,
yeah, it's
right?
pretty hard.
Yeah.
Man, I failed so many times.
How many
I
times?
did probably like 4 times.
Oh.
And it's not cheap either,
It's
right?
now it's like probably 1-2 grand
per exam.
per exam, and there are only 3 exams per year.
Yeah.
So limited seating, and so you have to really go in like you're booking early bird tickets.
Yeah.
And you miss a complete intake, you wait another 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And on top of that, the real estate exam was probably the hardest exam I've ever taken in my life. Harder than university. Yeah, so like it was, I've never studied so hard in my life before
Whoa. And you had to do it several times.
while I was working in tech. So
Oh my
it was like, it was a struggle, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you made it. You made it. How many times did you have to take the exam?
I passed the first time.
I'm probably just dumb.
That'll be me as well. Don't worry. We'll be on the same page. We'll be on the same page.
No. I was surprised myself. I was like, I told my husband when I left, I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail.
Don't manifest that. Yeah.
But I passed.
So when you look back at that, despite the hardships and the struggle to study, and sometimes, as adults, when you want to revisit studying is such a challenge, right? When you think of all of that, what essentially drew you into this industry then? I know some people may immediately assume like, oh, is it the money? Or is it, because naturally people might think that. So are there other qualities to the industry that drew you to it despite all these stereotypes and challenges?
I mean, for me personally, real estate is something that I've always wanted to do. So like growing up, I would ride around the estate, with a bunch of friends and look at like, the GCBs, the bungalows and whatnot, and then be like, how is this even possible? How does someone even get there?
Yeah.
Funny story, but when I was 16 years old and I didn't have a license and whatnot, I tried selling my parents' place on Carousel.
What? Did they know?
Yeah, they knew. They were like, oh yeah, if you can sell it, do whatever you want.
Wait, what? What?
Yeah.
And how did that go?
As a 16-year-old kid, I brought some folks over. They were like, oh yeah, it's a pretty nice place, but yeah, I think it's a bit overpriced. And that happened for a little bit and nothing really, moved forward. But like eventually, once I got my license and whatnot, probably like 10 years later, I did sell their place.
Oh, nice. Full circle. We've come full circle. Yeah. What are the chances they actually sent some of their friends to stage that for you so you can practice like as a 16-year-old? You can send some friends.
Yeah, it's funny for me. Like I always liked the idea of selling. So even in secondary school, I was buying guitars and flipping them for money and then taking photos of it and listing it and meeting people and negotiating and all that. So like I always enjoy that negotiating kind of experience.
Right.
And so I feel like it just came kind of full circle in that sense.
Oh, so you must be a natural because for me, like I can't negotiate. I'm scared. Like this price, yeah, okay.
You market yourself well, lah.
Yeah.
What about you, Steph? I heard you say something about flexibility.
Yeah.
Right. Was that one of the biggest like driving factors for you to go into real estate as well?
Yeah, 100%. I never thought I would be doing this. I think that my first exposure to it was because my in-laws are both agents as well. And they've been doing it for, again, 30, 40 years. So before I jumped to the industry, I was actually doing nonprofit back home in Indonesia. And once I became a mother, it was difficult because I had to travel back so much. And I was still breastfeeding, bringing my pumps on the flight. It was insane. Yeah. So after like a few months of that, I took a break from work. And my mom-in-law was like, why don't you try this? And because they actually own their real estate firm as well. And I see how well they've been able to provide for their family, but also be there for the family. Like all the kids are so close with the parents, and it's something that I also would like for myself. And so, when she said, why not do this? I said, okay, I'll try the exam. I don't know if I'll pass, but I'll try it.
On the first try.
And yet I did.
Did you see the difference? She's like, I'll just give it a shot. He was like, I gotta get this right.
No, but essentially both of you are in different phases of life in a way, right? So for you mentioned that you value the flexibility and, being able to be there for your family. At the same time, earn some good money to support them. But for you, would that be the same qualities that you value right now in your phase of life? Or is it other stuff like success, money?
New motorbike.
There's no shame in saying that. Because
that's mine.
You ride a Harley, right? Yeah. I think for me, it's really, I'm trying to find a balance with that, trying to find some stability, but also trying to find some fulfillment. It's a struggle for a lot of us in Singapore. Right? It's both are very important things. But I think if you have a lot of stability and financial, security, but at the end of the day, if you don't have that fulfillment, you're living a really dry life. Yeah. And so for me, I think real estate, what's special about it is, I really feel like it is one of the biggest decisions someone can make in life. Let's say a space that we're in can really, I personally believe, can influence the state of mind, and the state of your thinking and the state of your relationships, If the place is cluttered, you feel off. And I also believe that correct real estate decisions can really propel you so far out in the future, So I think it's a very important process to go through. And I'd like to kind of add value in that area for people. Yeah. And so I think it's fulfilling in that sense. Yeah. And also the interactions, the day-to-day interactions, the relationships that you make. While selling, I think that's really meaningful to me.
Obviously, getting to know somebody is on a deeper level, but there's always the surface level of how do I pick my agent? Do you think that the pretty girls get it better than the guys? Steph's just like, but it's
my house agent is not a pretty girl.
I feel like
he's not a pretty girl.
I feel like it's a thing that people would actually think about, right? Because you're picking somebody that you're going to be interacting a lot with. Do you think that there's that stereotype?
Steph's a pretty girl, so
I think pretty can only get you so far.
Exactly. Amen. I will say that in our industry too.
I completely agree as well.
Because honestly, you can hire based on looks all you want, but if you don't have the goods to back it up, then
exactly, no one's gonna, especially in such a big important decision like this. I think maybe pretty can get you through the door, but if you don't perform, they're gonna kick you out the door, man, like so quickly too, because there's 10 other million pretty girls. So it's one of those things where maybe, but I think it's such a small part of it where your actions and your skills have to be way more important than your looks. But that's just me. I don't know. Again, there's some good-looking dudes
Sunset. I swear, Selling Sunset completely ruined the whole impression of real estate agents. I don't dress like that. Nobody dresses like that, sis. No one.
Oh my God.
But Zach, for you, because you are a younger guy in the industry right now, I would say 29, right? You mentioned
That's right.
earlier. That's still considered pretty fresh, pretty new. In an industry where people sometimes may look at your age and looks and think like, oh, you don't have enough experience, perhaps. I think this is across other industries. It's not necessarily just real estate. Have you ever come across people who may have dismissed you in that way?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a real problem, especially when you're starting out as an agent and you don't have deals behind you.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to back yourself up, right?
You need someone to give you a chance.
Yeah,
Build
you
your
do.
resume.
Yeah, you really do. And I'm thankful that someone gave me a chance, back then.
Your parents. No, I'm kidding.
No.
Sell a house. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, personally for me, I mean, I love it. I see it as a challenge to convince someone and change their minds.
Yeah.
So to me, I don't believe that tenure equates to experience or proficiency.
Yeah.
To me, it's really about having an obsession over the industry itself. And I think when you're obsessed and you're truly passionate, you tend to learn a lot quicker. And people feel and understand the passion and the sincerity. I think that goes a long way as well.
Rather than just closing a deal, right? Because I do get that sense sometimes from certain salespeople or, that they just want to close a deal.
Yeah, I mean, let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a real estate agent that is wildly successful, that comes up in a Rolls Royce and, sees you as just
Another deal.
client, just
Yeah.
another client? Or would you rather have one that's super sincere, he needs this deal, he wants to do his best for you? Which one would you pick?
The latter, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's still that gap and there's still the opportunity for new agents as well. And I think that eventually, if you prove it through your sincerity and through your proficiency, you get through that hurdle and eventually, the momentum picks up.
No, that's a really good point because a common perception is that people see, oh, you're wearing a branded watch or you're driving a good... Are you picking at his watch right now?
None.
You're driving a nice
We're
car.
Garmin.
And they're like, oh, this guy successful, done a lot of deals, so that's why
yeah.
he can afford this and that. I think that's some people may think that way. But I do think it's shifting though, like with younger real estate agents going in right now.
Because the both of you came from a different background before you went into real estate, was there a massive learning curve that you guys had to pick up, or anything in general that you guys look back and you're like, this was tough for me to like transit into real estate?
I think real estate is more human management than real estate management. And because you're dealing with a lot of emotions, right? It's not just, oh, I want to buy this house or I want to rent this house. There's actually a lot of emotion, decision making behind it. So I think the big learning curve is, I thought it was a lot about real estate decision making. But when I was actually doing it, I'm like, oh my God, it's actually more about dealing with the humans and emotion side of that.
And sometimes
So-
people taking it out or projecting it on
exactly.
you. Yeah.
And for us, oftentimes we're the middleman for a lot of, whether it's seller or buyer, landlord and tenants, right? And they're both like nagging at you.
Insisting that something is done now.
And like you're in the middle, I'm like, okay, how do I piece this up? It's a lot of human management than I thought it was going to be, because the exams teach you nothing about that, right?
Yeah.
The exams are just paperwork, admin, legals, but they never teach you how to like deal with these sort of up and down roller coaster emotions about real estate. And as much as I've had experience before, but I think this is different because the decision making part of it is different, I suppose. So yeah, I think that's where I just didn't expect it, I suppose. Yeah.
You won't know until you like get your feet wet and try.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if this real estate thing didn't work out, like after you figure, oh my gosh, there's actually a lot more to it. And then the difficult exams, there's so much more beneath it. What would you have done if you're not in this position right now?
If Zach still
What was the
continued to
backup?
fail the exam.
If you didn't pass, what would have happened? Honestly, like,
If anyone's out there and still struggling, you can pass. You
can do it.
You can do
did
it.
4 times.
Nice.
Okay, sorry, Zach.
That was it was traumatic, but just keep going.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, if so, let's say this wasn't your job now, what would you do?
I'll probably just be in the tech sales industry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, speaking of, passing and failing the papers, to me, it was actually a blessing in disguise because I think with real estate, the learning curve is crazy steep, even from a technical perspective. So for me, I focus on like the investment side of things. So there are a lot of numbers to look at, a lot of data to process. Because the learning curve is so steep, it's very easy for people. And many people who just pass the papers on their first try and give up, once they realize that it's super hard. But because it's so difficult for me to pass the papers, I didn't take it for granted.
Okay, so you're more motivated to like keep going.
Yeah, it was like, I just told myself, you have to get through this and you just have to pick it up. Yeah, so I guess it's an additional layer of a push. Like, dude, you've already put in so much work. you better keep putting that work in, you know, and so yeah, to me that's a, you know, a blessing in disguise.
I think with any industry, like say if you had to take the exam, or even in our industry where you get a foot into the industry that you want or the job that you want, that's only like 20% of the job done.
Yeah.
And the rest of it is like 80% is really on you. And that's why I feel like I can draw a lot of similarities with both of our industries, because with every artist is very different. There could be some artists that are doing extremely well and they have a lot of profit, but some artists not exactly on the same par. So what's the difference, right? It's that 80% that you're not
The work you put in.
the work put in.
Yeah.
Because we're on the topic of obviously passion and, you know, just money itself. With that 80%, right, do you start to love your job a little bit more and the passion gets stronger, or do you find yourself kind of drifting away and you realize, I don't...
It's too overwhelming.
Yeah, it's
is
so
it? Okay.
overwhelming for me. I'll just do it for the money. You see I feel like that's a big struggle for a lot of people as well.
Okay, I'll be very honest.
Yeah.
There are some jobs I do for passion and some jobs I just close my eyes and do for money. I'm gonna be real, like I mean, that's the truth. It's
Thanks
true.
for being real. Yeah.
It's true. Come on, Ace. Don't tell me you didn't do a job that you didn't actually want to do, but I got money, then you did it. Come on, Ace.
So moving on to the...
That's a yes. That is a yes.
Okay, but yeah,
Doesn't mean we don't have fun still.
Yeah, we still have fun. Obviously, like we said, right, this is a job where if you chase your passion and it makes money, great. But what happens if you chase your passion, the bills show up and you can't pay that? Then what, right? And obviously, we know as real estate agents, it's not like you pass your exam and the money comes in immediately. There are days and there are months where you don't sell a house and you don't do
People
anything.
just shut you down. They
Exactly.
don't- Yeah.
So maybe for Steph, it was super simple, but like pass the exam, immediately sell. I don't know for Zach though.
The grind was there.
The
no?
grind was there, right?
Yeah.
So in that initial grind, how tough was it for you to like, you know, really figure this out and be like, you know, I got to keep working at it to sell a house? And how long did that take? And did it ever like burn that passion out a little bit?
I feel like there's a little bit of a misconception sometimes that real estate agents make a lot of money.
100%.
You know, so the agents that we see, you know, online, you know, million bucks a year, those are the minority. Those are the top 1%.
Yeah.
You know, and there are, you know, 15,000 agents in Singapore, probably more, 20,000 perhaps.
Yeah, a lot.
And we don't see the 70% below that are actually just really struggling and trying to make ends meet. On top of that, being a real estate agent, we don't have that CPF contribution. We don't have that stability. And we are very susceptible to market volatility and whatnot. You know, if a cooling measure comes, you know, we can be dry for like years, you know, and so stability is out of the picture. So, you know, I think a lot of people undermine the uncertainty that comes with being an agent.
Yeah.
So I've seen both ends. I've seen that, you know, a bit of stability with a corporate job and whatnot, but also less fulfillment.
Yeah.
For me, with real estate, it's like, it really burns you out. The grind is crazy. The days, I mean, my hair's all white, you know, it's just crazy. You know, it really gets crazy.
I don't see it.
No, it really is.
I thought it was the
Little bit.
lighting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when the stress comes, it really comes in there, and there's just a million and one thoughts on how to move this deal forward and how to deal with this customer. But at the end of the day, when I get to bed, I'm burnt out, I'm completely exhausted, but at least I'm fulfilled. You know, I'm just like, you know, shit, you know, this, at least we made it happen eventually. So I think it kind of evens out. High risk, high reward, and, you know, like low risk, you know, kind of like.
But you
more
have to knock
sustainable.
on so many doors to get one to open sometimes. Not just literally. Yeah.
So we've gathered some of the most common stereotypes. And not just that, I think Swans and I have some for you guys as well. So we'll see whether or not these stereotypes are true and give us your honest opinion on these ones, okay?
No filter.
No filter. Stereotype number 1, the agents are only in it for the commission.
Yes and no. I feel like a lot of people are driven by commissions, of course.
Yeah,
but then,
sure.
again, to your point, like I think there's a balance, right? I think a lot of agents are also in it for different things, like me. Like I am here for freedom and flexibility.
Yeah.
So like I would prioritize having a work-life balance over making that extra deal. So, you know, I think it's very different. Yes and no. Of course, yes, the money's good, but at the same time, will I sacrifice money for what I actually really wanted?
Yeah.
No.
And you
So,
can choose.
yeah, exactly.
to
And
whether
I
you
have
wanna
the
take
freedom
on
to
the
choose.
deals. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
So yes and no, but I do feel like a lot of people are commissions, but they're not bad people. I mean, agents spend so much to even market themselves, to do their work.
And they have no weekends.
Exactly, they have no weekends,
holidays,
and
yeah.
so like for them to be money driven is not bad at all.
Yeah.
Again, you're talking about making money, but a lot of agents are spending money, and that's a side that I think a lot of people don't see. And sometimes it's just to make money to cover cost.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think they're bad people, even if they do want money.
No, I don't think so too.
Yeah, I do see that side of agents as well. where I see them selling very questionable products in the name of investments. I do see that, and it's not a great feeling to see that.
Yeah.
But I mean, just like in any industry, there are folks that do that, for the dough. I mean, it's a reminder to stay on the correct side, and it's natural. I think in any industry you have this as well. People that push products that don't make sense, So this and that, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, choose someone that you can really trust and you vibe with,
Yeah.
But I think sometimes people change as well. Like my own family have had experiences where they worked with certain insurance agents that's, we gave them a chance because, family friend or they're just starting out, like what we mentioned, right? You need someone to give you a chance. So we're like, okay, we'll do something with you. But as this person got more and more successful, and then I guess the whole allure of like money and fame almost to some extent, because suddenly a lot of people are looking for you for deals, it gets to the better of you, and they just change over the years, which could also happen. Like you may have the right intention when you start out, but then it may pivot along the way. Yeah.
I think that's a good one to add to the next stereotype, because you say that spends a lot of money, right? So a lot of people feel like real estate agents equals to flashy cars, designer suits, very nice houses, very nice watches.
He's hiding his wrist under the...
So do you guys think that is a stereotype that a lot of people have? Because I know my friend who was a real estate agent as well, and he specifically said he had to buy a nice car just so that he could show up in to meet his clients. And I said, is that really necessary? And he said, yes, in my industry, you must show off.
I've never noticed what car my real estate agent drives. Actually, I've never noticed.
Exactly. But he said, my clients always take note of what car I drive and it makes me look successful. So, is that really a thing?
In fact, my real estate agent rides a bicycle a lot.
Eco-friendly, I like it.
He loves riding bicycle.
I like it.
Okay.
I think some people do it for branding, to stand out. Because again, there's 15, you said? I don't even remember how many thousand, a lot more. And I think when you're flashy like that, people will talk about, have you seen this real estate agent? I think it could be a marketing tactic. It could also be maybe they are chauffeuring their clients a lot and they don't want to be in a beaten car.
Okay.
But I hope we've gone past that. I don't know, have we?
Yeah, I think that probably attracts a certain market of people, a certain demographic, but not everyone. I've heard stories of I think it was another agent that told me a story. She was fired because she was supposed to bring a client around landed listings, right? And viewings, right?
Yeah.
And the client's like, all right, come pick me up at this time. And she came in like a Golf or something like that, a Volkswagen Golf or something like that. I mean, it's just pretty sick car to me.
Pocket rocket, man. It's a good car.
And she's like, you know what? Let's just leave your car there. I'll go grab my car out. And she pulled up in the Lexus and whatnot. And then, the next day, she didn't hear from her anymore.
But do you think this propagates the idea that, I need to show up like this, if not, I'm going to lose clients?
Yeah. To me, not really. I wouldn't want to work with a client that feels that way.
So maybe the client's a red flag too. Maybe you don't want to go down that road. I mean...
That's awful.
I rock
That's
up
a
to
perfect
I'm the
match.
only clown who rocks up in the show flat with the Vespa. So
You ride a Vespa?
yeah.
That's cool.
Very nice.
Cool.
And the guy's like, dude, who is this guy in this motorbike? What is this clown?
Easy parking for new launches.
Yeah, you see?
Smart thinking.
Okay, we're down to our final stereotype here. Real estate is just a part-time hustle, not a real career.
I'm dead right now.
Be one and let us know.
They're tired all the time. He's tired all the time. It's a full-time job.
You know, it's actually so crazy because I don't think you could do this as like a part-time thing, right? From what I'm hearing from you guys, I mean, from you saying your hair, it's like a real situation that you got to grind and grind and grind.
Yeah.
Do you actually know anybody who does this part-time?
Definitely. Yeah, there are people who do it. Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Great question, but...
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, do you think that there is a space where this could be your full-time, but there are side hustles that you can do on the outside?
Yeah, you know what? I think that sometimes people are transitioning, let's say from their corporate job, but they're not fully ready to let go yet. And so they're dipping their toes, but eventually they're going to make that transit. Then, I do see that happening a lot. Yeah, it definitely takes a toll on you, with, juggling two roles and whatnot. But I definitely see how it could happen.
I mean, you're familiar with Home Run by now. So, we just wanted to get straight into that. I mean, it's fascinating the way that this has happened and the fact that now we can catch it on like so many different platforms, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that tested you in different ways all kinds of ways, like even beyond screen or like even as presenters ourselves, when we first got into this, it's not second nature to just like yap away on a camera or like be so comfortable with it, right?
I think it's one of those things where you kind of ease into it.
Yes.
And I think for us, because we speak so much and we're in front of the camera so much, it may have become a little bit more comfortable for us. But for you guys, what was the process like? And before we
how did
continue,
you get into
right,
it?
tell the audience what home run is.
So it's kind of a competition held by PropertyGuru. It's going to be on TV as well and YouTube. It's exciting, it's fun, it's a bit crazy, and it was a lot of work. So, I mean, I saw a ad on PropertyGuru. They're like, hey, we're going to have a new season of Home Run. And I was like, hey, man, like, why not? Let's join, let's see how it goes, let's try it out. So I dropped them a DM and they're like, all right, cool, like, drop me a 3-minute video.
Wow, that's long.
Yeah,
3
a
minutes is long.
video introduction. I was like, yeah, for mine, I think it was somewhere around there.
Once again, you see,
Again.
She just got in right away.
yeah,
you
she
know?
just got it. Just like, Steph, come and join us.
Oh my God.
They reached out to
Great
her.
one.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I dropped them a DM and then like, I was in Bali at that time on a real estate trip. I was kind of unwell, had some Bali belly. I was like, no,
Oh,
just,
no.
let me just pop the tripod on. Let's do a
You
quick
had a
one.
tripod?
Yeah, you know,
Wow.
Very
Yeah.
prepared.
just just in case.
Okay.
Right? Pop that on, did a 1-minute interview, and yeah, I mean, then they let
They
us know
cast
that.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
they cast
cast
it.
it. Cast it.
What about you, Steph? How did you get into home run?
So I have a couple of friends working at PropertyGuru, and they were like, "Hey, have you heard about this?" But honestly, before that, no. So I started watching the season 1. It is still on YouTube, so you can still watch it. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll try it. And then, I don't remember it being a 3-minute video, but it was a video. And then we had an interview with, I guess, the PropertyGuru team and the casting team. And yeah, but how did it feel? Weird. I've never been in front of the camera before. But at the same time, when you were doing it, you were so zoomed in on the challenge.
That you don't
even
process.
Yeah.
Like you don't even see the cameras because you're like, boom, 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 boom. I was surprising because I thought, oh my God, where's the camera? But when you were doing, you were so,
Locked in. Yeah.
they're gone.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
don't see them.
honestly, I still remember the first few videos that I ever had to do, or even the first few times that I went on air, right? I cringed so hard just watching myself. Like, I could not watch myself.
Oh, it's gonna air soon. Oh,
For the longest time, I was like,
dead.
I cannot watch myself.
But that's so cool that y'all were able to make a whole property agent, like a real estate agent
Reality show.
Yeah. If you could explain it to the viewers, what would you say?
I think it's a good way for people to also get a look at how real estate agents work. Because a lot of times people just see you walking in, talking about the apartment or house or whatever, right? But you don't see the homework that goes behind it,
Yeah, a lot.
which is the research, the presentation, this and that, analyzing this, analyzing that. So I think the show will also give a glimpse of the reality of how we actually work other than ta-da!
Yeah.
So I do think, I mean, the PropertyGuru team has done so much brainstorming to how to like kind of show what we do in different manners, different ways. So I think it'll be exciting.
And I heard it may showcase some interesting challenges that you might have faced with certain clients.
Yeah.
Off the top of your head, let's just give our audience a little sneak peek. Are you able to share an interesting or strange request or challenge?
so one of the scenes was doing a viewing session, right? We're showing a landed property, and it was crazy. So like more and more like kind of hurdles kind of popped up while we were going through the viewing. And so we walked into one of the walk-in wardrobes. This was at the end of the scene. And all of a sudden, there's a really foul smell.
Oh gosh, okay.
And I was like, you know what? I was like trying to ignore it. Like, I was like trying to be passionate about, showing the place and
Distract.
Yeah, distract, right? Yeah. I took 2 steps into the walk-in wardrobe, and then my partner Hafiz came to me. He was like, dude, do you smell that, bro? Like something's off. I was like, dude, like let's just carry on. So I carried on, walked 2 more steps in, and saw a giant turd on the ground.
No!
Straight up.
Like a human turd?
It sure looked like that. Yeah.
Oh my god!
No, it was a dog. I mean, supposedly a dog turd, right?
Oh,
On the ground, like on the walkway. This huge.
oh lord. Okay.
They planted it there.
They planted it there. So it's really like.
How did they transport the poop there? Somebody tell us now. How did you put the poop there?
Can you imagine the situation? The dog's like, poop now, poop now, poop now, poop now, poop.
I'm gonna lock you there till you poop.
Oh my gosh,
They
dude.
literally shoveled it and
Yeah.
put it down.
It's crazy. And so like I was like, oh my god, quick thinking, what do? I stood in front of the thing,
Kicked it. No,
kind of I wanted to block the way and try to divert them the other way, but they're like, oh my God, the viewers were kind of like, I guess they were actors as well, right? It's like, oh my God, what is that smell? Like, get me out of here. This place is trash. So we had to calm them down and stuff, divert them away and whatnot. And it's just like awkward. And then that's just one scene. The next scene, I thought it was done, I thought, oh, okay.
That's what's the worst that could happen already.
What's the worst, right? Next scene, another Colebrook agent comes in and says, what the heck are you guys doing with my client?
Oh.
Like, she's my client, you guys need to get out. Like, then she started like speaking directly to the viewers.
Oh.
And like getting really aggressive and whatnot. It was kind of like a test of, how
you're going to deal with it.
With this, And, when we came into the show, this was like one of the first few episodes.
Oh, wow.
It escalated. When, boom.
It's probably the first episode. So we were like, oh my God, like we weren't expecting it all. We didn't even know if it was real or fake because they were such great actors.
Love it.
And she was really aggressive. So, it came as a bit of a shock, but you know what? A lot of entertainment and it's like a lot of fun, a lot of cringe moments. And
I'm sure.
I'm dreading it, but we'll see. I think it's exciting. It was really exciting.
I did not expect that.
Yeah, same. I think it's going to be quite a fun watch.
It would be. And at no point did you go like, fake one, right?
You have to keep in character the whole
Yeah,
time.
you have to literally deal with the situation.
To deal with the situation.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it's
But-
just like,
The question is, do these things really happen in real life?
I guess, potentially.
Sure, it has
Yeah.
to
I
somebody.
do remember viewing a place near a river. And this is not as crazy as your third moment, but when we went to the master bedroom, we looked at the windows and then they opened the windows and stuff. Oh my God, the river smell was so bad, okay?
Oh,
It was so bad. I think the agent just gave up. She was just like, yeah, it does kind of smell like that when it's warm. We're like, we're not taking this.
Oh God.
Because, you can't help it because I guess,
but
the
you
so
get the
bad.
river view.
I also get
That's
the
a good
smell,
agent right
girl.
there.
Yeah, I also get the smell. Anyway, did not go back there, unfortunately, because I'm like, if I have to deal with this
Yeah,
smell
that's
all
a
the
lot.
time, like I really don't
Yeah,
think I
absolutely
could.
not.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to bring it back to this, okay, because we're talking about passion again. Now that you've done, different jobs and you are in this phase of life and you've even gone through home run now. Do you think the passion has grown for real estate? And do you think that this is something that you feel you found it? Or do you think that maybe in the future it still might shift, or is this really it for you?
Or you might shift to be a reality star.
Yeah. You never know. Yeah.
You never know.
Influencer, like you said.
Honestly,
yeah.
like some people who go on Love Island or any of these like Selling
my
Sunset things,
gosh.
they end up becoming celebrities
Yeah,
instead of
That's true. That's
right?
true.
Yeah.
I think passion, just as priorities, comes with seasons of life. I think there's always a lot of ways I think you could somehow marry the two. Like, for example, I'm still very much devoted to the nonprofit work that I do. So a lot of my motivation actually comes from that, I suppose. Because I donate a part of my commissions to a charity. And I actually find that to be another layer of motivation on top of just providing it for myself, because that's how I kind of still connect that passion of mine with a different passion of mine. And I think it's a very good way to marry the two. And I find that it really helps me too. So yeah.
That's amazing, Steph. You're a great person.
Yeah.
Really.
That's why she passed it on the first try.
They knew. They could
Yeah,
just
they
tell.
could tell.
Yeah,
They
they
could
could just
tell,
tell. This girl going to give to charity. Pass. Pass. Yeah.
What about you, Zach?
It's just something I really, really enjoy doing. Yeah.
We can tell actually. I mean, I can feel it. Yeah. from you
Thanks.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like when you first meet someone who's an agent, it's super normal and it's almost reasonable to be skeptical, right?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what is this guy trying to sell me? Like, what
now?
Yeah, what now? And when you get someone from that state to really trusting you and
The
and
conversion.
the conversion and someone allowing you to really lead the way, it just feels really great. And it's like a sense of accomplishment. And then on top of that, not only doing that, but also helping them, let's say, cash out a real bag.
Yeah.
That feels really great as well.
Yeah.
When you sell at the highest price possible, record price, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, for me, it hasn't been easy at all. It's been a crazy learning curve, but I think the passion has grown.
Yeah.
It's grown and I think it will continue to grow.
So if she doesn't mind the white hair, it's okay. That's just a
Yeah.
small thing. Small thing.
Maybe the next time you guys see me, I'm probably going to be bald by then. No.
You won't.
Well, before we close up, right, we just want to ask, what are some pieces of advice that you would give to people who are just starting out as real estate agents, or they're thinking of making the transition to become a real estate agent, or they're watching this now
And trying
and
to
they're
figure
like saying,
things out in
and they're like,
life.
maybe this is something that I want to do.
Yeah.
They're trying to find their passion. What would be some advice that you have for them?
Do it only if you really like the work and you really see yourself as a real estate agent. You really see yourself and you really think that you may enjoy the work and you're passionate about the industry, do it then. But if you're doing it just for the money, you're going to burn out so quickly.
Yeah.
It's going to feel like trash and you're just going to be dreading every single day. Because deals, like unlike selling Sunset, deals do not fall on the table. You don't have two twins two ball guys who are just like, hey man, here's the listing for you.
Ring the bell.
It really is the furthest thing from that. You gotta really go out. You gotta hunt. You gotta train yourself. You gotta get yourself up to speed before anyone even listens to you at all. It's a really rough ride. So do it only if you really want to do it.
And you're down for the hustle.
And you're
You
down.
don't mind. Yeah.
If you think it's gonna be an easy day, it's really not. And also, people can smell it when you're just trying to sell a product.
Right.
And you're just trying to close a deal. But if you really go deep and ask the correct questions and really act in the best interest of your clients, they feel it too. And with that sincerity comes the trust. So work on that approach rather than just trying to push a product. Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel how genuine people are, I guess. Guys, thank you so much. We enjoyed this chat so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
so
you.
much. That was great. Yeah. Don't forget to catch Property Guru's new reality series, Home Run, every Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. on 5 and on YouTube. If you enjoyed this as well, please follow us up on all podcast platforms.
Yes. And make sure that you follow us on our socials as well at itsclarity.co on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And we'll catch you on our next episode.
Bye. See you. But I entertain them for a while.
So much time,
Not really. When I'm driving, I'm like, okay, tell me more. But then tell me more. Because they already practice the whole thing. Just let them practice.
So nice,
That's so nice of you.
Steph's husband
Oh my god.
Is
is the master chef.
a master. Oh my gosh.
He's the winner of MasterChef.
Wow, you guys can stage a home and put food inside.
Okay, open the door, be like,
What's
by
that
the way.
smell? It's not
By the
turned.
way.
It's not turned.